Hi everyone, this is Aaron from HH Watch Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will take a look at the San Martin SN0116G-B-1, the Rainbow Watch. I've been wearing this watch for 2 weeks now, and I think I'm ready to share my thoughts about it. So this review will be a little different than my usual reviews. Instead of doing my regular review format, I will instead share my experience with this watch and how it's been having a rainbow bezel on my wrist. Now this watch is an original design from San Martin, which first debuted as a GMT with the reference number SN0116G. I have reviewed that watch on my channel already, so I will link it somewhere up here, and also I'll leave a link in the description down below. I said in that review that this watch was the best original design from San Martin. And I don't think I'm the only one who liked that watch, because San Martin has since released many different models using that same platform. We have GMTs, three-handers, chronographs, and even world timers, all using the same case and design. And what's really nice is that these are available in many different colors. You can find traditional styles such as the Pepsi or root beer, with or without patina. If you want something more fun that gets you in the summer vibe, then there are the bright and vibrant colors. Or if you want something more simple, then you have the regular black dials. There's really a model for everyone. So a San Martin representative contacted me a few weeks ago and asked if I wanted to check out this watch. They offered me a considerable discount, and I went ahead and purchased it from their San Martin store on Aliexpress. As usual, my reviews are my opinions and based on my experience with the watch, and the brand has no say in it. They'll see this review at the same time as everyone else. If by the end of this video you're interested in purchasing this watch, I will leave an affiliate link in the description down below. Know that if you purchase the watch or any other watch using my affiliate links, it doesn't add any extra cost to you, but it does get me a small commission. This helps me fund more watches so I can get them for review on this channel. For today's wrist check, I am wearing the Watchdives AD2056. My Seiko Monster used to be the watch I would wear when working around the house. That watch is built tough and I know it can take a beating. This Watchdives has now taken its place. It's now the watch I wear when things get rough and I need a solid watch, whether it's mowing the lawn or fixing things around the house. I've banged it a few times already, and so far I only have one scratch on it. It's been very reliable. Anyways, before we move on, I'd like to take a moment and ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know it's a huge ask, but it makes a huge difference in how my videos perform. So if you enjoy the content of my channel, I really appreciate it if you can just press those two little buttons. So starting with the wearing experience. Like I said, I've been wearing this for 2 weeks now. Initially, I was planning to wear this watch in rotation with a few other watches, but it quickly became a daily driver. This watch is just a joy to wear, and it reminded me how much I like the original SN0116G. My preference for a diver's watch is between 38 to 40 millimeters in size, and this watch sits right in between at 39 millimeters. It has a nice compact length of 46.6 millimeters, and if you wear it on the bracelet, the end links don't add any extra length as they are female end links. And while we are on the subject of bracelets, this one is the same beads of rice bracelet as the one on the SN0141W that I just reviewed. Out of all the different styles of bracelets, I think the beads of rice bracelet is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, especially when done right with female end links like this one. Some manufacturers will use male end links, and I don't find that attractive, and it also extends the length of the watch. This one right here just drapes and flows with the curvature of my wrist. With each link having 7 separate pieces, the articulation on this bracelet is just perfect. The taper on it also flows beautifully with the design of the lugs. Because the outer measurement of the lugs is only 23.3 millimeters, there's a nice taper that starts from the side of the case all the way down to the clasp. And speaking of clasp, the on-the-fly micro adjustment system is present here with its 5 extra positions, so you can get the perfect fit throughout the day. One of the things I like the most about this case is the design of the mid case and the overall profile look. The mid case is slim and the lugs curve down nicely, which helps the case hug the wrist and look sleek at the same time. The polished chamfer makes the mid case look even slimmer and also adds a bit of bling to an otherwise fully brushed case. So overall, the wearing experience has been great. The watch weighs about 126 grams on the bracelet, and it feels very balanced on the wrist. Whether I wore it on the bracelet or a strap, the comfort has been amazing. The visual experience of this watch is very different from the original SN0116G that I previously had. That watch was colorful, but the colors were spread out on the entire watch face, if you know what I mean. Here, the colors are all concentrated in one area, which is the bezel, or more precisely the bezel insert. Yes, there is a bit of color on the dial and on the second hand, but it's on a very small surface area. And I'll get back to that green accent color in a bit. So the bezel insert on this watch is made out of sapphire. It is obviously in a rainbow color, so a gradient color going from red all the way to purple. The markings are printed in white, there is a triangle at 12, and there are numerals for every 10-minute mark and a dash for every other 5-minute mark. It is a 120 clicks unidirectional bezel that sounds and feels amazing. Reminds me of my Black Bay 58 bezel. It is a coin edge bezel with enough height, making it easy to grip and rotate. Let's have a listen. Okay, so the bezel is well built, easy to grip, and sounds amazing. But let's get back to the color because that is the main reason you would get this watch. But before I tell you how I feel about the rainbow bezel, I want to take a moment and talk about the dial. And I don't mean the dial design or the hands and markers. I mean the colors used here. The main surface of the dial is in matte black. It is surrounded by a white area where the green minute track is printed. The green color is also present on the second hand. We often see rainbow themed watches that have rainbow colors also present on the dial. Here are a few examples. Personally, I prefer the way San Martin executed the rainbow theme here. Having a matte black dial might look flat and boring, but on this watch it helps tone down the bright, vibrant colors of the bezel. And a glossy black dial would have made this a little bit too flashy in my opinion. The white track is the perfect transition between the dial and the bezel. It's also a visual break between the two. The white also brings out the markings on the bezel insert, which are loomed by the way. The touch of green on the second hand and the minute track is a good design choice, and I think also serves a purpose. It is easy on the eyes because there's very little surface area that is painted in that color, but it is also a way to add color to the dial without taking the attention away from the bezel. Sort of unites the dial and the bezel and makes it a more cohesive design. So when I first received the watch, I showed it to my wife, and her first reaction was, "Oh, that's a lot of color." I honestly felt the same. A rainbow bezel watch looks very flashy in photos, but I was still surprised when I got it in hand. On top of that, the beads of rice bracelet with its polished surfaces just increases the flashiness of this watch. Now you know me and you know that I like wearing my watches on different straps. So I took out my 20mm straps and started trying a bunch of straps on this watch. So here are a few that I really liked. These ones right here are from C&S watch bands. So these are the premium nylon straps that they have. So I tried it on a few different colors just to see what it looks like. Obviously, I tried the flashier colors that I have in my collection just to see if it would clash with the bezel insert. Here we have a red Strap Mill Canada vulcanized rubber strap. This one is really amazing. I mean, the strap itself is very comfortable and I highly suggest it. If you're looking for a vulcanized rubber strap, especially in red, this one is amazing. But I think it also looks very good on this watch. It kind of makes the red pop a little bit more on the bezel insert. I also tried this rally strap from Dassari. This one doesn't really match the style of the watch, but I thought it kind of looked nice, so I figured why not show it off in this video. Finally, we have the CTS rubber strap from Watchdives. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite straps, so obviously I had to try it on this watch. So let me know in the comments below which strap looks the best in your opinion. Now if you can find a color strap that matches a color on the bezel, then I think it will look good. It's nice to have the pop of color, especially in the summer, but personally I prefer to tone it down and pair it with a black strap. In this case, I wore it mostly on the black CTS rubber strap from Watchdives. It matches the matte black dial perfectly, and just like the dial, it doesn't attract attention and lets the bezel be the main focus. But otherwise, I think that the bracelet would be my second choice. So now that I've shared my experience with this watch, here are my final thoughts. When I first got the watch, I was a bit hesitant to wear the watch in public. It's a lot of color and it really does attract attention. But as soon as I put it on the black rubber strap, it really toned it down and I started wearing it more often. I also got used to the rainbow bezel and really started enjoying the watch. I wore it on this nylon strap over the weekend and my kids really love this combo. It's a bit too flashy and obviously this is not what I would wear every day, but I think it's a fun summer watch. It's a really good looking design, and even if you don't like the rainbow bezel, the design of the watch is really nice and there are other simpler colors available. So overall, the execution of this rainbow bezel is done really well. It is a comfortable watch to wear, the case is beautiful, sleek and thin, the lume is good, even the date disc is lumed, which I only noticed when I blasted it with UV light. It's not very bright and it doesn't last long, but it's there. The NH35 movement inside is reliable as always. So yeah, for me this watch is a great buy. And that wraps up my review of the San Martin SN0116G-B-1, the rainbow watch. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you buy a rainbow watch like this? Anyone got the other colorways of this watch? Leave a comment and share your experience with your watch. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with a friend or two. And if you want to see more watch content, please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching and I'll talk to you on the next one.